particularly, do you think, appealed to Victoria? What was it about? I know there was John Brown ahead, but what was it about him?
The clue for that was in Victoria's diary. So she, in fact, I could read that little piece. So she enters, when she first meets these two Indians. So to give you the background, Abdul Karim, he was a clerk in Agra jail, and it's 1887 is the golden jubilee of Queen Victoria. So the superintendent of Agra jail, he wants to send the Queen a present. And what do you send the Queen? He sends 2 Indian servants. Because when you're the Queen, that's the sort of presents you get. And so these two, so there's Abdul Karim and Muhammad Baksh, 2 people are sort of dressed to the nines, turbans, everything, the livery, VRI, Victoria Regina on there, embroidered on them, red scarlet uniforms, white turbans, gold sashes, and they are dressed up and they are sent as Jubilee presents. So the first time she meets them, she actually writes in her diary and describes them. And, this is a clue straight away. She says, met the 2 Indians. The short, stout one was very smiling and friendly. And then that's Muhammad Baksh, the other guy. And then she goes to Abdul Karim and she says, Abdul, the other one is tall, handsome, and with a fine, fair countenance. So very clearly, from the word go, she likes Abdul. He's the one she spotted. And it sort of goes on from there, over the period.
Would you like to read that?
Okay. So I'll read a bit. So this is the Golden Jubilee celebrations. Our presents, Jubilee presents have been sent, these 2 men. And the Queen, she actually meets them properly on the 3rd day of the Golden Jubilee. So the functions are going on in London and she's come back to Windsor. She's already had 2 days of festivities and she writes in her journals. A fine morning with a fresh air, noted the Queen, as she looked out of her bedroom window at Windsor Castle the next day. But she was feeling very tired. It was the 3rd day of her Golden Jubilee celebrations, and the monarch knew she faced another day of buntings and presentations. The Queen sat lost in thought as she was dressed by her maids. She had chosen to wear widow's black ever since the death of Prince Albert in 1861. At last, she adjusted her cap and ascended into her carriage for the short drive to Frogmore with her daughter Beatrice. Now, Frogmore is another house within the Windsor estate. And, well, if you're the Queen, you go for breakfast to your other house. As they rode down the rolling green of the long walk in Windsor Park, past the rows of chestnut trees, the Queen thought of the excitement of the past 2 days and the fireworks of the night before. Everything now seemed so still. At Frogmore House, her eldest daughter, Victoria, and her granddaughter, Vicky, were already there waiting for her. And so was a special gift from India. Abdul Karim and Muhammad Baksh, the Queen's Jubilee presents from India, had arrived early to wait at table. The breakfast room at Frogmore, a somber place at most times, seemed to come alive with the new arrival. Baksh's practiced elegance matched Karim's naturally regal presence. Their clothes made them look almost princely. The Queen was delighted. Dressed in striking scarlet tunics with white turbans, they approached her reverentially. The Queen noted Muhammad Baksh's appearance, very dark, with a very smiling expression. She described the much younger Abdul Karim as much lighter, tall, and fine, with a fine, serious countenance. Both servants approached her slowly, their eyes lowered to gaze at the ground, as they had been instructed to do. Then with a deep bow, Karim and Baksh bent down to kiss the Queen's feet. As he rose, young Karim's dark eyes fleetingly met the Queen's gaze. Suddenly, Victoria no longer felt as tired.